Hello, and welcome to the Iron Maiden. Today we have an exciting new card to add to our Vynnset deck lists. Painful Passage was spoiled by TCG Ted. Thank you for the awesome video, and thank you for showing us the new way. The card that maybe saves Vynnset? Is she finally going to be good? So what does Painful Passage actually do? Well, it's a shadow non-attack action, which is a pretty good start. We need more of those. It's a 3 block at red, so it's pretty good at blocking, especially for a non-attack action, but it is only red. Vynnset doesn't typically pitch for much, so that's not a big problem. You may banish an attack action card from your hand. It has to be an attack action card. If you do, you can give that attack action card +3 power, or go again for this turn. You do not have to banish a card from your hand, but if you don't banish a card from your hand, you don't get +3 or go again on something else. It just doesn't do anything. You still have played the non-attack, which can be relevant, but it won't have any text if you refuse to banish a card, showing you that you should always get more blood debt. What does it actually do though? So Painful Passage enables double rune gate, and it enables them powerfully and super easily. Because it will banish extra cards into your banish zone, and it will also give go again, it allows for you to go from 0 cards in banish to 2 attacks in banish really quickly, and then use them both in the same turn. Something that normally takes 2 turns to set up and then pay off. So this pushes our turns to be larger with a +3 or wider with a go again. Usually go again is going to be the better option, but there are cases where +3 will be better. You can also use it to pay 1 life because it's a shadow non-attack, and you can even do this if you don't banish any cards. So if Painful Passage is the only card in your hand, you can still play it to pay 1 life. If you just want to have lost life this turn to clear ward, make sure your opponent dies when they're on 1 life, something like that. So it can always do that. Here's an example of something that Painful Passage can do that no other card in Vynnset really can do. You have 2 rune chants, here's your 3 cards in hand, your 4th card, you blocked with it or whatever, doesn't matter. So normally with a hand like this, if Painful Passage was something like a Morvrian Skies or a Shadow Puppetry, another go again enabler, you would banish Deathly Wail, go again, and then flail. You can't do anything with the Phantom Wraith. But now, with Painful Passage, you can banish the Phantom Wraith, and then use Painful Passage to banish the Deathly Wail. That's important. If you banish the Deathly Wail, you'll have to use Painful Passage to banish the Phantom Wraith. So, in a funny way, you need to banish the card you want to play second with your hero ability, so first, and then the second card you banish, the one from Painful Passage, that will be the one that you play first. So it seems a bit weird, but you've got to just get used to that sequencing, I guess. So here's what you can do. You'll banish Phantom Wraith, play Painful Passage paying 1 life, and choosing Go Again for Deathly Wail. Deathly Wail comes in for 6 and 3, so 9 damage. Then you close the chain. It's going to make 2 more rune chants, because you've both lost life. There's nothing your opponent can do about that. And then you can play Phantom Wraith for a further 6 and 2. So that's a 3 card 17. Let's say the 4th card in your hand just blocked 3, so you're getting a 20 value turn. Pretty good. And that's just a very basic, no setup version for Painful Passage. If instead your 4th card in hand is Revel in Runeblood, which can make 4 rune chants, and you have anything else in banish, in this case Phantom Banshee, you can use your banish from turn to get rid of Phantom Wraith. Then your turn might look like this. Painful Passage, Deathly Wail, Closed Chain, Phantom Wraith, so that's exactly the same, that's 17. Then you might use Creepers, using Tunic for Creepers to play Revel, to come in for another 11 damage. So you can see how Painful Passage is getting extra cards in banish, and that's very important. Without Painful Passage, like if this is just a Morvrian Skies or a Shadow Puppetry in my hand, I can still pay 1 life and attack. My opponent presumably blocks out the Shadow Puppetry trigger, and then I can send another Phantom Banshee that I have in my banish zone using the Revel, but I'm missing out on the 6 damage from the Phantom Wraith. So it helps you put physical damage on the board, and it can pay life to make the arcane part unpreventable. So it's really, really powerful. How does it help us win the game? What can we do with it that actually pushes Vynnset to win? So it works really good with Malefic and Deathly Wail, because both of those will make rune chance so that you can double rune gate. So with any Deathly Wail and any 2 cost, you instantly have a rune gate, a double rune gate turn. If you have 2 Malefics or 3 Malefics, which is not very hard, especially if you're playing your Sonatas, then you get to double rune gate very easily with any 2 rune gate cards, basically. So that's a very good strategy that works in main board. You could even consider bringing back Blue Deathly Wail to make this so that pretty much every time you have a painful passage, you can use it, or you can arsenal it and use it very soon. The other thing it's really good with is your anti-fatigue tools. So Revel in Runeblood we mentioned before, and Cussing if you're playing your Sonata package, so that you can guarantee damage, especially for Cussing. You can guarantee the damage when you have it, and then you can double rune gate off the rune chance those cards make. It's also good with Binstants. So if you have an attack and a Cull in hand, you can banish the Cull to turn, and then use the Painful Passage to banish the Deathly Wail, pay you 1 life, and give +3. So that's where the +3 might come in. If you're banishing a instant like Cull or Funeral Moon, then you don't have a second attack to play, so you can get +3, guarantee the damage, and then guarantee to play that instant. So that's also extremely powerful. How does it help? Well, it's going to let Vynnset have better explosive turns with less time dedicated to setup. And that's a big thing. Vynnset can beat these slowish, fatigue-ish decks by setting up, but it takes time. And if for things like Guardian, they're going to attack you for big numbers in the meantime, or disrupt you notably in the meantime. So, being able to pop off sooner is extremely good. It's also a Shadow Nun attack, and it blocks 3, which is excellent for both Vynnset's ability, so we're guaranteeing more damage, we're triggering things like Binstants and Rune Gates, and because it blocks 3, it works really good with Face Purgatory. So a lot of attacks come in for about 8, and you can go 3 block, face, so you get your 8 block, they discard, you draw. That's extremely good if you don't need the Painful Passage. So if you put this alongside 3 Funeral Moon and 3 Cull, your deck is going to block 3 on average in a lot of matchups. You have 6, maybe 9 2 blocks in the deck, and usually if you're playing against the deck that you want to block, you're going to also play some 4 blocks. So your block value is getting up towards 3 instead of getting more towards 2.5. Very notable for a Runeblade to have that much blocking value. It also gives more go again for multiple rune gates. So we just have another card. So you could use this to replace your Morvrian Skies, or you could use it to replace your Machinations of Dominion. You could use it to replace Shadow Puppetry, but I wouldn't recommend that. Shadow Puppetry is excellent. But now we can play another one. So you've got Tear, Machinations, Morvrian Skies, Shadow Puppetry, Painful Passage. You can play 15 go again enablers, 3 of them being Shadow, and just double rune gate like every single turn. Is that going to be good? No. But it means that you can play 9 go again enablers more happily. Or you can play 4 sets of go again enablers, so 12 go again enablers, and be hyper aggressive. We've just got more options now, which is amazing. So I'm really excited for this card, clearly. I think it's going to really empower the Cussing build, and it's going to be great with Binstants, and that's where my brain is at right now for Vynnset, so that makes me really excited. If you'd like to talk about the card, you can come join the Discord using the description below. There's so much chat about it going on right now, and I know there'll be brewing in the first few days, and then we're going to be refining that into next week. You can also leave a comment if you don't feel like joining Discord. Helps the video as well as subscribing. We are getting pretty close to getting to 666, which has been the goal since I started this channel. So if you would subscribe, that would make me so happy to get to 666. And then after that, I don't know. Maybe I'll sell my soul. We'll find out. Thanks for watching.